Hi, welcome back to Outdoor Gear and Skills. It is the last day of 2024, and I just wanted to do kind of a conclusion video, and didn't really have any gear I wanted to talk about today. I just wanted to kind of talk about a couple of different skills that, I think are really important. For me, I moved a few weeks ago from Southern Oregon to just outside of Houston, Texas. And today's a really sunny day. It's actually really nice today. It's not super hot. I rode my bike for 15 miles on the Greenbelt paved trails, and it's definitely not mountain biking, but it was still nice to get out and ride. And went and worked out for an hour at the gym that's about a half a mile away from here. And so it's nice to kind of have some of that stuff as I've changed locations, elevation, weather systems, all of that. And as I'm thinking about this year and stuff that's going on, there's a couple of things that kind of come to my mind, traits and characteristics that are important in life, in, the outdoors and all that. One of those is just resilience, being able to handle change, making a plan, but being able to be flexible when the plan doesn't work out. Um, Adventure, having a sense of adventure. And I think I may have mentioned this before, but a colleague of mine about 4 years ago told me this quote, and he said it was from Ian Fleming, the author of the James Bond novels, and it's never pass on an opportunity for adventure. Never pass on an opportunity for adventure. And I love that. I just love the idea of going out and doing things. As we were driving from Utah to Texas, we stopped in Moab, and I went and rode on the Slick Rock Trail. I just did the practice loop. It was like 2.5 miles at the most. It was about 20 minutes, but I hadn't ridden my current bike on there. I hadn't been down there in about 15 years. And so we just stopped in and put us behind schedule, and it made the last day quite long. But my daughter needed a break, my grandson needed a break, and I just thought this would be a great time to get a quick ride. And my daughter, thought that I should do that. So I unloaded the bike and went out and did that. So resilience of, flexibility, sense of adventure. I've done a lot of self-help type things, development, personal development, Tony Robbins, Ed Milet, Jay Shetty, Jesse Itzler, a lot of these guys. And one of the main themes with a lot of high performers is the idea of getting outside your comfort zone, and that life begins outside your comfort zone. I would go even farther that and say that life gets really good the farther you go outside of your comfort zone. I'm, the kind growing up for a lot of years when we were first married. We'd go to restaurants. I'd get the same meal all the time. I was like a pepperoni pizza, and that's it. And now I still hate mushrooms because they're disgusting, but I'll get a lot of things on my pizza, or I like to go to these places like Pieology or Mod Pizza and just load up meats and vegetables and jalapenos, peppers, that kind of thing. And so I've changed quite a lot and tried to get out there and just try new things. I started this 10 years ago of trying to do one new thing a month. And maybe it's just going to a new restaurant, trying a new skill or talent, doing something I haven't done before, going to a place I haven't been. And I actually ended up doing more than 12. It was like 20 something. And I didn't even think to check what it is for this year, but I got up to 98 things, I think, in 2023 of new things that I experienced. And, it's fantastic. And I did a lot of great things. We had a fantastic cruise. I got to go to Spain, got to go to Portugal, and Spain and Portugal were as cool as I had envisioned them in my mind for the last 25, 30 years that I've wanted to go there. So I love just getting out there and trying new things, but having that spirit of adventure to just go strike up a conversation with somebody. There's a guy that looked like Santa Claus at the gym, and I just walked up and asked him. He had a big old beard, and older guys said, "Hey, where should I go, for a beard trim?" He said, "You want to go over to, Kingwood Barbershop and ask for Candace." So I was able to go do that today, and she got me all trimmed up nice, and everything got me blended in. And so, I had to find a new barber, and I've got to find, a new mechanic. I have to find new, all kinds of different things. But I love doing that and going out and just talking to people and just running up to someone in the gym and say, "Hey, how do you like this machine?" I met a guy named Jacob yesterday, and we had a fantastic conversation about a lot of different things because I just asked him about one piece of equipment that I had never used before. And so I think it's, as you're going into 2025, I think it's really important to set goals. I don't hit a lot of my goals, but I do get a lot farther than if I didn't set any goals. And the thing about doing that is it does stretch me. It does make me go farther and just get outside of myself, get out of my way, and just really enjoy life. So if you are struggling or with goals, or if you're not accustomed to making goals, I like to make just one goal in about 5 categories, and I'll probably forget all 5 now that I'm just trying to say them. But my physical health, spiritual, business, financial, and then I do a media one, which includes YouTube. And I just have not haven't been consistent in putting content out, and I want to be a lot better than that in 2025. I want to post a lot more videos, and I want to really kind of get into how I do stuff. I've got some gear that I want to talk about, and I have to change the way I do some of my stuff here, and I want to talk about that. So I would love to hear any ideas you have as well, or things you'd love to talk about. And I'd love to hear how 2024 went for you, what you have in store for 2025. And I will just leave you with this. My mentor and one of my colleagues, Andrew, talks about making your dreams so big that they scare you. You think there's no possible way that you can make that happen. And I think that's really important. That's something to do because life is out there, for the taking. And I've also heard the quote that when we get to the end of our life, we're going to regret more the things we didn't do than the things that we did. And so I think that's just something that I have redefined my relationship with failure and what that means and how I learned from it. And I've failed at a lot of stuff, but I did make a goal this year to move 20,000 minutes, and that is about 55 minutes a day. I didn't get it done every day, but there were some days I went for hours doing things. And this included weightlifting, mountain biking, walking, playing volleyball, playing frisbee golf, loading boxes into my pod, moving all my furniture as we were, getting here. Just a lot of stuff. Anything that was movement to try and help rehab my back, and it worked. It served its purpose. Now I'm focusing more on dropping the weight that I put on in COVID when I was boredom and stress eating, and getting that off and getting in better shape. And so that's kind of what I'm focusing on for my physical fitness goal for this next year. So I'd love to hear what it is. I wish everyone out there a fantastic 2025. I hope you grab it by the horns, and I hope that you make it everything you want it to be, and that you'll just stick with it when it gets hard, and that you'll choose discipline over motivation when you don't feel like working on your goals and working on yourself. I'm going to do the same. I hope you'll come along and do that with me. As always, thanks for watching Outdoor Gear and Skills, and we'll see you out there.